Huh. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Flat Thunder channel. My name's Andy, and today we're going to be working on the front of this old 843 Bobcat. I have a new tool plate attachment that I purchased. It's a fabrication. This essentially is meant to weld to the front of an attachment, i.e. a bucket of some sort. That's why the middle's missing. It attaches just like your standard implement, and then you're supposed to throw your pins to engage it. Unfortunately, we have some alignment issues in the bottom here. This attachment was made for a slightly different tool plate, and or just made a little bit wrong. So we need to do some work there. We need to cut, weld, modify, etc. to make this thing work on here. Stick with us. I'll show you what we're going to get into. A better view of what we're dealing with. You can see this profile here. This is obviously the Bobcat's profile here, and then this is the new tool plate. It doesn't quite match the angle. It needs to go, I don't know, maybe 5-10 degrees, something like that. This needs to go down more, and then I'll swing you around here. The pocket doesn't line up with our latching pin. There's our latching pin. As you can see, it doesn't quite line up with the pocket. So we're gonna have to maybe adjust this pocket as well. Hopefully when we fold it back around, this will clear. This fabrication is made such that this sheet here on each side is one piece. It's folded down at the bottom, folded over on the ends here, and then welded down here. To correct this, we're gonna have to slice this weld down here in the bottom and then try to get it to form up further. Every time the wheel of death comes out, it's a fun time. Not really, no. Make sure you wear your gloves. This isn't the right way to do this, everybody. Get yourself a proper cutoff tool or use a torch. I get the best results on fine slits with this, and I guess I'm just too cheap to buy the correct tool. They're really expensive. Got my glove on fire. Woo! Well, that was fun. I beat up the blade just a little bit because she wanted to bind where we're cutting through there. Not necessarily the perfect angle. And on this side, I was a little off on the thickness, so we were trying to burn through the whole thickness. No big deal. We got her through. I did catch my glove on fire a little bit there. Oil-soaked fabricating gloves. Need to improve that too. So we got her cut. We're gonna have to try to heat this line and use a jack to bend it up, and we might have to weld the plate to the Bobcat to get it to work right. We'll try it without first, and then we'll see what happens. The tool plate on this side anyway is clamped on there with 2 C-clamps, about as tight as we can get it. The C-clamps are actually starting to open up a little bit. So we're gonna just fire up the torch here, heat this bottom edge, see if we can't get it to go up by jacking it up with the floor jack. I'm hoping this works. Went ahead and lifted it up because it looks like we might be stuck pounding it with a hammer. So if that's the case, might as well put it up where you can handle it. getting a little toasty. We caught their wood block on fire a couple times heating it because we're just generating so much heat here. But the good news is, look at this. I don't want to touch it, but look at this. This side's already engaged, and I'm pretty happy with that because that means this is definitely going to work. The other side doesn't quite go in yet. I'm gonna have to massage the pin a little bit, put a chamfer on the end, and or massage the opening to be just a little bit bigger. But we're on the right direction here. Gonna massage the opening, make sure both pins fit before we weld these back together, and we should be good to go to continue with our project. A little smoky. Finally got the latch pins to go in. Had to massage those grooves quite a bit. Not that that's a problem, it's just a little bit difficult to get the angle grinder in there with a flap disc. So we got it bent around, the pins go in. That's a victory for me. We obviously still need to weld it back where we sliced it, but we'll do that while we're welding the tie bar in. Welcome back, old rusty receiver hitch from the Big Mean Green Parts Machine. We used this when we were trying to straighten the other 3-point hitch attachment plate, and today we're going to mount it to our own tool plate here. And I think if possible, we're not mounting it to the tool plate for this receiver, but if at all possible with the other features that we want to use, I'm going to leave this on here. I mean, we can always cut it off later. So right now I'm going to lop off these ends with the torch, grind them up smooth, clean up where we're going to weld it to the tool plate, and then hopefully get her welded up on there. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants on this. I know I have this tube here. I really would like to have the receiver up here on the top. That's one thing I noticed about my Titan 3-point hitch adapter. The hitch receiver is down on the bottom. You can't hardly see what you're doing. Up here you get a whole lot more visibility of the trailer that you're trying to pick and move around. So that's not why we're building this. We're building this for a completely different attachment. But we're gonna stick this up here on the top. We may have to add in another piece of C-channel or tube down here for the purpose of this unit. We'll give her a go with this and see what happens, and hopefully we can attach directly to this tube. If not, we'll add more in. Well, it's just really close. I was trying to measure the top here. I think the plate might be a little bit crooked, but measuring to this flat bar, she's good enough. Let's get a nice solid tack on there and just go to town. saw from the operator's seat, this position I believe is going to be way more convenient and way easier to use. That's a definite win. All right, we got the quick attach plate so it actually hang and lock into the front of the old 843 Bobcat. That makes me really happy and really excited. We have a whole different project and a whole different implement that we're going to put on the front of this tool plate. This wasn't just for this 2-inch hitch receiver. This was just kind of a freebie, and we got to utilize the square tube on the front. If you're interested in that project, stay tuned. That'll be coming up in the future. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Leave your questions and comments in that section below, and don't forget to punch that subscribe button on your way out. Thanks for watching, everyone.